As bad as the movie is, there are moments where when he gets sick, I actually do worry about him because they make it look pretty bad.
No! Gardner! You're okay. You're okay.
I like those two guys laughing.
Nobody stops to help them. You know why? Because it's Las Vegas. They used to people being drunk.
Oh yeah,
those are kids though.
Like that one guy's laughing because they're looking at each other like, damn, how much coke did they do? Yeah. What stays in Vegas, baby? The space between us. You know, this says that the boy that would be Spider-Man, but is not. Asa Butterfield.
Asa.
I don't know about it. Asa. Master Butterfield. But Asa, is that it?
Asa.
Asa. Why don't you get a normal name, man? Shit. Asa Butterfield. Y'all remember him. He was the one that was in Ender's Game.
Mm-hmm. Right. And Hugo. But
Ender's Game, that's where they had him in space. Space ain't worked too well for that boy right there. You know, Ender's Game for some people wasn't a big critical hit and wasn't a big hit at all at the theater. So space hasn't worked too well for him, and space ain't working well for him now. He's in Mars, born on Mars in the near future. And the thing with him is that being born on Mars, well, then you're the only teenager there. You ain't got no other teenagers to talk to, ain't got no girls to hit on, ain't got no movie nights to go to. You don't get to do the things that go with growing up as a normal kid. And on top of that, let's just say you decide to go to Earth. When you get there, well, gravity don't like your ass either.
Yeah, he's the reverse Superman.
He really is. He comes to Earth, he just gets weaker, broken down. Power's taken away from him.
Take me back.
Anti-Superman. And it sucks because when he gets on space Skype and finally starts hitting on this girl, played by, what's her name? Britt Robertson. He's like, man, shit, this is the only piece of ass I'm going to ever get in my life. I got to get to Earth. And
that's a good motivation.
No, it is. It really is.
I mean, when you don't know it's her, it's a good motivation.
It is. But when he gets to Earth and finds out that his organs are failing him, and he finds out that bones ain't really up to snuff for being on our planet, then he has to make a decision. Do I go back to Mars, or is this ass worth dying for?
And keep in mind, he's a teenager, so he doesn't know any better.
Yeah, he don't know no better. So the answer is, yeah, I'm going to die for this shit. As we all would when we're 16.
Travel 140,000 miles. This shit better be worth it.
Hey, can I say I've gone a long way? I've gone further than that for some ass,
we
man.
laugh, but we've all done
I've gone further than that for some ass shit. Boy, I remember one time on Pluto, man. But
flew around the world and spun it backwards.
It sure did. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, he put less miles in Mars to Earth time than I put in actual Earth time. I really do like the beginning of this film because, a lot of people, they've been messing with this movie. They've been talking about how this movie is it's the Martian Junior, with Matt Damon.
Sure,
they've been talking about like the Fault in the Stars. They say. Actually came up with that one, but
did you come up with that one?
I did. I really did.
That's really clever.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Quit while you're ahead.
I know. Fuck you, man. I did tell one, my only one for the night, but. Yeah, people they're talking about this film kind of heavy because it is following in the footsteps of The Martian, which is a successful Mars movie. And when you go to Mars, a lot of movies don't do that well. There was a whole string of films at one time. John Carpenter's Ghost on Mars, Red Planet or something.
Yeah, all those that came out around the same time.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer?
Yeah. Mars was a bad neighborhood at one point.
John Carter, Warlord of Mars.
John Carter,
Boy. Mars needs Mars. Yeah.
Yeah, if you stop at the moon, they're like, yeah, don't go to that red one over there. You might want to keep on going past that. But The Martian with Matt Damon actually was the one that said, okay, with everything that's going on with Mars, people's fascination with it, and also colonizing Mars seeming like more of a realistic thing, then interest has picked up. And that's the thing with this movie. I was really fascinated by the beginning of it because Asa Butterfield. He plays a kid named Gardner. As I told you, he's 16 years old. And this, and you know, when they really did get across how bad it is, you know, it's hard enough to be an adult on Mars.
Sure.
But being 16 years old on Mars, when really there is no one else to actually talk to your age, no one to relate to, and plus, you know, you got raging hormones, and the only chick on Mars, the only woman on Mars is like a little bit too old for you. Mm-hmm. You know, it's frustrating. And plus, teenagers they're just shitty anyway. You never know what's going on with them, so they don't get attitude. But this is the one time that we can't really understand this teenager being in a bad mood.
Okay, 23 should be clear.
Really?
Like, what the fuck you do that for?
You think that's funny?
Shit, I got it hard enough up here without you fucking with me. Well, fuck you too. You know, it's
sour puss.
I know, man. But I get it. I get it. Because it don't help that, again, this kid is thinking, I'm going to die a virgin on Mars. And the only other woman on the planet is too old for me and don't want to sleep
pranks
with
on me.
And playing pranks on me.
Talking
and
down to
coming
me.
around wearing that tight ass jumpsuit. I ain't saying it's her fault, but you know, like I said, this kid want to get laid, and she got makeup on every time she come around. She's teasing this kid a little
She
bit.
starts unzipping it while she's like, hey, you gonna fix that for me?
Yeah, showing cleavage a little bit. Shit, the only DVD he got is Sin City with our nude scenes in it. Kid's like, goddamn, man, come on.
I was wondering what would the porn situation be on Mars?
The porn situation?
I mean, they probably. Wow. Yeah, I guess they would have taken some.
Hopefully we get like slight anti-gravity like fucking scenes between people, like people having sex while floating. That's what I think it would be
well,
like.
since they have some sort of internet there, you can always get on
Like
there.
it's the government's internet. Would it be blocked? You can't watch porn. Shit!
I think they make an exception for this kid right here. Like Trump would even say, this kid deserves it.
Yeah.
Give him porn.
Yeah.
You gotta let off some steam somehow.
Yeah, he's never gonna grab some pussy, so go ahead and show him some videos, man. You're rooting for this kid, man. If he can go down to Earth and just experience happiness for a little bit, then that's cool. But as they were telling you in the trailers and you know in the premise for the film, it's dangerous if he goes down there. His bones will collapse on him. His organs won't be able to function right. They'll be too large for him. Like his heart will grow too much.
Well, it's reminiscent of a couple of things. One being the boy in the plastic bubble.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody who the environment is toxic to them.
Yeah.
And just being a kid who can't even experience life. He's you know, he really is an alien on our planet.
No, he really is. In order for him to actually function here, they had to turn him into Wolverine. You know, they got to go in and they have to change his bones out and everything. And the one guy that's over the program, Gary Oldman, who plays a Richard Branson type character in here, a billionaire, whose name is Nathaniel Shepard. You know, he's saying, look, man, you know, I'm just looking out for the boy. If you bring him down here, he's going to die. And then that's going to be costing me some money.
Right, then my stock is going to go down.
connection.
The face of the
Have you run this by NASA?
NASA has always felt conflicted over this. They want to do the right thing, which this is. They want to bring the boy home.
Matt Damon's like, God damn, y'all gonna really steal this much from me? Y'all stole half my plot. Now you stealing my tagline from the poster. You know, it's like y'all ain't fooling nobody, man. You know, it's Now you feel for the kid, like I said, especially since he got something lined up on Earth. You know, he's been on Martian Tinder. He's got this girl.
These green bitches.
I just want a girl with two eyes. Is that too much?
Yeah, you know, he's got something lined up. He's like, shit, all I need is a ride. That's all, you know. Yeah. You know, damn, come somebody. Y'all can pick me up at 6. Bring me back. I just need an hour. You know, but
a ride in a condo.
Yeah. As much as I wanted this kid to be on Earth, it's like, you know what, maybe Gary Oldman was right. He needs to stay on Mars, because the moment that they hit Earth is when the movie goes downhill. It wasn't a great movie when they were on Mars, but that was the thing with the Martian, the Matt Damon film. Why did it work? Because it had the whole fascinating science part of it with Mars. You know, it was quick to remind us that it's great to imagine living on another planet, but the hardships of being there actually, and then what happens when you're stuck on it.
Right.
It's a nightmare scenario. And I would think that this is more of a nightmare scenario here, where you just have to keep living. You know, even though you're surrounded by people, you're completely lonely. And the money was on the par with Mars, but when they get down to Earth, and it turns into a young adult premise.
It turned into everything I was afraid of.
Yeah,
but actually even more so.
In what way?
Well, because when I first saw the trailer for it, I just laughed at the premise, the science of what they were doing, and that they were turning into a Nicholas Sparks YA novel, and so many of these we've seen, like where they started out good and now they don't even make them much anymore because we're like, come on, nobody wants to see this.
You talking about the YA stories?
Yeah, the Fault in Our Stars kind of thing.
Yeah,
where you had that one come out, but then all the copycats, and it's like, enough already. What was that one that
with Robert Pattinson, the 9/11 movie?
Oh no, not that. I'm thinking about the one that Chloe Grace Moretz did, like the Fifth Element.
Oh, the fifth wave.
The sixth wave. Yeah, fifth wave.
Yeah.
Like by the time you got to that one, you're like, all right, enough already.
I'm done. Yeah. And this is that, like, this is a combination of, had it come out at the time when that was at the height of its popularity, this would have been cool because it would have taken the sort of the grounded version of YA with The Fault in Our Stars combined with the science fiction of all the apocalyptic ones, but without the apocalyptic bullshit behind it.
Right. And when I would say watching this, I agree with what you were saying, how the beginning of it, I was like, you know what, this has a lot more promise than I thought. But once he starts to interface with Britt Robertson, that girl just has the element of bringing a movie. Like, if your movie is just okay and you bring her in, it's going to be dog shit. And that's what she does. Once he starts interacting with her, just bringing Earth into it that way, it starts to go downhill.
Yeah.
And then once he gets here, even like the stuff with him clumsily trying to navigate around Earth, I'm like, this is okay. But once the two of them get together, fuck it. It's over.
That is it, Martin, right there. They got no chemistry at all. For some reason, Gravity just pulling on his brain because he was a cool kid. You know, he wasn't like super great or anything, but he was just kind of a normal, cool kid. A lot of patience for dealing with a lot of like heavy issues on Mars. And when he gets, and you know, when he's talking to people, he's like, yeah, you know, this sucks, but I'm still gonna be a team player. It's okay. But when he gets to Earth, he starts talking different. It's like,
that's the thing, because when they showed him on Mars, he was damn near like a super genius. Like, you saw him doing some engineering stuff with the sprinklers and everything. But when he gets down to Earth, he's like, that's the ocean? I'm like, you have the internet. I don't understand. And I know there's movies where you are, so I know you've had to see at least pictures of the ocean or something. The movie he shows where his mom was with that guy, there's a picture of the ocean in the background. He's like, oh, wow.
Yeah, you watch movies, like you've seen a movie with a horse, but when a horse comes, you're like, what the fuck is that? You know, it's like, come on, man. You know, he just, like Gravity just makes him mentally challenged when he gets down here. I want to actually be with you. You know, it's like, not like that. Even she's like, well, you were a little different on the other side of the computer. Are you still the same person?
Sure.
Are you a twin?
but you know, as much as he was doing that, it compared in no way to how annoying she is.
The thing that Martin and I always talk about with her is like she's just always acting bratty and snooty, and here she's trying to act tough, and the whole time we're like, girl, sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Your little ass.
She's doing that same thing she tried to do in Tomorrowland.
Trying to be a tough little scamp. I'm a foster kid. You better get your ass whooped. Even Asa Butterfield, as nice and kind of mentally challenged as he is, there's one point like, all right, you know, I will whoop your ass, girl. You keep fucking with me.
So if you really want to get rid of me, you have to get out. Because I'm going to find my father.
And fuck you.
No. When people talk to me that way, they get their ass kicked.
Try it.
How much taller is he?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'll knock your ass right back to Mars. Shit, we'll be trading places. You know, I like the way you see that bass in his voice before he's talking like this. Now he's like, hey, bitch, try it. I dare you.
That's probably really him. That wasn't the character. That was Butterfield. Bitch, you're ruining this for me.
Shit. Hey, we didn't rehearse this shit like this. And on top of that, the movie just goes into plain silliness.
Oh boy!
There is a rare specimen from Mars being chased down by a billion-dollar corporation, and they're hanging around with a foster girl caught in a program that they're trying to find, and they can't catch them.
$1 billion corporation? Well, this is the federal government that can't catch him.
I thought I didn't know that. I thought
it's the corpoperation, and you heard him bring up NASA. They're involved too, so that means
they're working together.
Feds are trying to get him, and they can't catch him.
The federal government can't get them, man. And on top of that, they're criminals.
Yeah, they just go stealing car after car after
the
car.
one you saw right there when they were arguing in front of, that's like the fourth car they've stolen.
Yeah, and I can't look. it's not like they GTA the shit either. It's not like they drag people out of cars. People just leave the cars open.
Yeah.
They leave the keys in the car. They leave the doors open. They leave signs saying free car. You know?
A BMW with that. A
Yeah.
future BMW.
Yeah. I mean, if the government can't catch them, shit, the police should be able to. But and if they still in car, they still in planes. There's a moment they pull a fucking North by Northwest.
That's right.
I saw that scene. I was like,
Yeah,
yo,
you know-
no, why y'all doing this? No.
I like the way Britt Robertson like, oh, you gonna talk shit to me, huh? I'm gonna get your ass.
Stop it. You know I can't run.
Ah, shit. But look at this shit. There's a moment in here where they chasing them down in a government van, and y'all can't catch this old rickety ass wooden plane with that.
Outrunning the van.
Yeah, he's outrunning the van.
Van's going like 6 miles an hour. Faster.
That van is like,
I'm giving it all she's got.
this fucking the kid with the bad lung and the heart and the bad bones is outrunning a federal van right there. And it's too bad because there are points in here where when they're down on Earth, which is the worst part of the film, sometimes with the tenseness comes in. You know, they up the stakes with his illness when he gets down there. As bad as the movie is, there are moments where when he gets sick, I actually do worry about him because they make it look pretty bad.
You need to go to the hospital.
Except you.
We need to get you to the hospital. Something's wrong with you. Gardner. No! Gardner. You're okay. You're okay.
I like those two guys laughing.
Nobody stops to help
You know
them.
why? Because it's Las Vegas. And they used to people being drunk. And
Oh, yeah.
Those are kids, though.
Like that one guy's laughing because they're looking at each other like, damn, how much coke did they do? What stays in Vegas, baby? They don't give a fuck, man.
But it's like a couple there you think would help. No one stops. they just steal another car and go to the hospital.
Yeah, man. All the money that you see in this movie is on Mars. It's spent on Mars. And when they're down on Earth, it's filmed very bland. And I'm not even saying it's terrible, but the movie itself is bland. The story is bland when they get down there. So having, just average cinematography and, just having average studio people come in and shoot this, it doesn't help the mediocrity of the movie at all.
Y'all saw this make my worst stuff list last year, so you already know what the deal is. You guys are 100% right. When they're on the way to Mars and on Mars, that's where all the money goes. Even like when they showed the space shuttle taking off and landing, I was like, wow, they actually put some money like the Martian. They put some money into this. But the second he jumps back, man, or comes back to Earth, it just feels like they're like, all right, we got a $50 budget. Y'all got to make this shit work. The one thing, and this is what you brought up. One of my big pet peeves is product placement, and there was so much of it in here. There was the BMW. They went to a Costco where they were playing in front of a Yamaha keyboard, and they had all their camping equipment was Coleman.
That's right.
So you're like, Jesus Christ! Like I feel like that paid for the rest of the movie.
Man, BMW is really pimping themselves out because they made those BMW motorcycles in Resident Evil.
That's right. So yeah, why they keep putting themselves in these movies? But anyway, outside of this seemingly like they ran out of money, Britt Robertson, she's a black hole of an actress because she manages to destroy everything around her. It is obscene how she does that. The movie seems not to make any sense. It seems like it was written by two different people that never talk to each other. And then like even the ending, I'll give it this: the ending wasn't as super sweet as it could have been. It was all right. But yeah, man, overall, this was a mess.
Well, the ending, they could have gone further with a lot of sappy things here. The ending decided to pull some science right out of his ass too.
Yeah.
It's like that. I am not a rocket scientist at all, but I know this shit can't happen right here.
Right.
Yeah, there's also that big plot twist right toward the end where I couldn't have rolled my eyes harder.
I think I heard you roll your eyes next to me. I was like, no. Mark literally went, I was like, damn.
Did he just ejaculate right now?
I don't know. I scooted over a little bit.
But no, you're right, man, because everybody saw that coming.
I was like, don't do this. Don't. Oh, my God.
Children are criminals.
Man, I got to say, Martin made me laugh so hard one time in a movie because something was happening, and he just said out loud, like, don't do this. Please stop.
There was one scene here that made me laugh where he's on Earth, he's escaped, and he by pull some clothes off of an old black homeless man. So when he goes to school, they're supposed to be laughing at him like, he's wearing old black dude clothes. But I was like, he dresses like every hipster that walks around. He does not look out of place at all.
Yeah, man. This is I want to hear what you got to say, Korey, because this made your worst of list. So, I can only assume what you're going to give.
Oh, this is some old bullshit through and through. I really wish they would have stuck with what they were doing in the first 20 minutes of it. Like, I'd rather him not go to Mars and meet that chick to ruin his film.
And I just want to say, Britt Robertson is not a bad actress. She's just cast as the same annoying character all the time.
I want to say she's not a bad actress, but I can't think of one thing I saw her in where she was good.
But everything I've seen her in has not been good. So, that's why I'm giving her the...
And she's always playing the same, like she's that character in almost every movie she's in.
But I saw her in a movie recently, and it was A Dog's Purpose, where she was not bad.
You're right. She was toned down in that one.
She was only in it for
like a small part.
Yeah,
but she moved me a little bit. I didn't even like the movie that much, but I was like, you know what? She moved me in this movie. What about you, Martin?
I didn't feel as harshly about it as Korey G did. I mean, probably the second half we're probably in simpatico on. It's just that in the beginning, I gave it credit for being, hey, you know what? You're better than I thought you were going to be. And for this, I'm liking it. It's like when I think about The Martian, I like so much of what I like about The Martian is in the beginning, but when it starts to get to the rescue, that's when I really turned on the movie and start to not like it at all. And unfortunately, this is that rescue for more than half the film.
Yeah,
and that's what ruins it. It puts it at a low rental for me, just because I like what they did in the beginning.
Yeah, and I'm the same way, man. This is a low rental because I mean like I said, there are some things that really had me in suspense here. It is a movie that had me interested. I was really into the science of what they were doing right there, and that's a fascinating premise. A kid born on Mars, who is he's a human being, but Martin, you put it best. He is an Earthling. I mean, he's an alien, and for that, I give it a low rental, man. It's not, it's something where I think that for people who don't criticize movies as much as we do, and you go see it, I don't think you're going to walk out and remember this for a while.
Right.
But let's just call it for what it is. It's not going to, you're going to say it's a good movie. Man, that was enjoyable, but I would challenge you a week later and say, okay, what happened in that shit?
They might as well have the Men in Black come and use a neuralizer.
Yeah, exactly. You went out just to go get out the house. You didn't come see this movie because you went
for the air conditioner.
Hell yeah. I'm just giving this movie some credit because I've gone further for some ass than he has. So, and I respect that. I can relate to this movie. So. GameFly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. GameFly has given me an excuse to do that. And you could even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month. Just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. If you go to our link, trylootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.